Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you will shatter everything you thought you knew about power. While you've been playing by their rules, someone else has been writing them. While you've been waiting for your turn, others have been taking what should be yours. The brutal truth? The world isn't a fair playground where good intentions get rewarded. It's a battlefield where the most strategic minds claim victory and the naive become casualties. Right now, as you watch this, someone is using psychological warfare to outmaneuver you. They understand what you don't. They see what you've been blind to. And they're winning while you're still figuring out the game exists. Society sold you a lie. They told you to be nice, work hard, and wait your turn. But here's what they never mentioned. While you were being nice, the ruthless were being strategic. While you were working hard, the clever were working smart. While you were waiting for your turn, the bold were creating their own opportunities. You think success comes to those who deserve it most. Look around. The loudest voice gets heard, not the most qualified. The most confident gets promoted, not the hardest worker. The most strategic gets everything they want, not the most honest. I'm about to reveal 8 dark psychological principles that separate the powerful from the powerless. These aren't motivational quotes or feel-good advice. These are the cold, calculated methods that Machiavelli understood centuries ago, and that every person who's ever held real power has mastered. By the time this video ends, you'll see through the illusions that keep most men weak. You'll understand why playing fair is a losing strategy. And most importantly, you'll know exactly how to flip the script and start writing your own rules. But first, I need something from you. Drop this in the comments right now. I choose power over pity, because what I'm about to share will only work for those ready to abandon their comfortable delusions. Here's the first truth they don't want you to discover. Society operates on 2 completely different rule books. The public rules they teach you in school sound noble. Work hard, be honest, treat everyone fairly. These rules exist for one purpose: to keep the masses obedient, predictable, and fighting for scraps. The real players operate by hidden rules. They know that people respect strength more than kindness. They follow confidence more than competence. They reward those who make them feel something powerful, not those who simply do their job correctly. Think about your workplace. Who gets the promotions? The person who stays late every night, or the one who makes the boss feel important? The most qualified candidate, or the one who understands office politics? The brutally honest employee, or the one who knows when to speak and when to strategically remain silent? Every social structure has unspoken hierarchies. There's always someone setting the tone, making the decisions, and commanding respect. If you can't identify who that person is in your environment, you're definitely not them. The winners understand that society is a game of perception, not merit. Your reputation shapes your reality more than your actual skills. People make judgments about you within seconds based on how you carry yourself, not your resume. Machiavelli revealed this centuries ago. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. Your image is your most valuable asset because decisions about your future are made based on how others perceive you, not who you are behind closed doors. Stop expecting fairness. Start studying the real patterns of power. Notice who gets listened to in meetings, who gets invited to important events, whose opinions matter. These people aren't necessarily the smartest or most talented. They're the ones who understand the actual game being played. Your first strategic move: recognize that the world operates on influence, not justice. Here's the second principle that will change everything. Most people treat self-improvement like collecting trophies. They read books to feel smart, hit the gym to feel disciplined, attend seminars to feel motivated. But feeling better about yourself isn't the same as becoming more dangerous. Strategic self-improvement isn't about becoming a better person. It's about becoming a more effective weapon. Every skill you develop, every habit you build, every weakness you eliminate should serve one purpose: increasing your ability to get what you want. Ask yourself this brutal question: does this make me stronger, smarter, or more influential? If the answer is no, you're wasting time on hobbies, not building power. The powerful don't improve themselves for self-satisfaction. They do it to gain advantages. They learn public speaking not to overcome shyness, but to command attention. They build physical strength not just for health, but for the psychological impact it creates. They develop emotional control not to feel better, but to never let others see weakness. Every person who's achieved real power has turned personal development into a strategic weapon. They identified the exact skills that would give them leverage, then mastered those skills while everyone else scattered their attention across meaningless self-help trends. You're not trying to become the best version of yourself. You're trying to become the version that gets results in the real world. Sometimes that means being less accommodating. Sometimes it means being more calculating. Sometimes it means choosing effectiveness over authenticity. Machiavelli understood this. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. Build yourself strategically. Identify the 3 most crucial areas where better skills would give you more power. Focus everything there. Cut out everything else. Your competition isn't waiting for you to figure this out. Here's the 3rd truth that will rebuild your foundation. Your self-esteem is under constant attack, and you don't even realize it. Social media shows you people with better lives. Your boss treats you as replaceable. Society tells you that you're inadequate unless you buy this, look like that, or achieve something else. Most people try to fix their self-esteem by seeking validation from others. They post pictures hoping for likes, work overtime hoping for praise, bend over backward hoping for approval. But validation-based confidence is like building on quicksand. It collapses the moment someone stops feeding your ego. Real self-esteem comes from dominance over your own life. It comes from knowing you can handle whatever comes your way, achieve what you want despite obstacles, and never need permission from anyone to feel worthy. You build this by winning small battles with yourself, making promises to yourself and keeping them, setting standards for your life and enforcing them, stopping the constant need for opinions you don't actually need, and starting to trust your own judgment. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're building unshakable confidence. Every time you stand up for yourself instead of staying quiet, you're proving you can protect your own interests. Every time you achieve something through pure effort, you're creating evidence of your capabilities. But here's what they won't tell you. Building bulletproof self-esteem sometimes means disappointing people. It means saying no when others want you to say yes. It means pursuing your goals even when friends and family don't understand. It means being willing to be disliked by some people so you can respect yourself. Machiavelli knew this. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Apply this to your relationship with yourself. It's better to respect yourself through your actions than to love yourself through empty affirmations. Stop seeking validation from people whose approval won't change your life. Start building an unbreakable track record of keeping promises to yourself, achieving goals despite obstacles, and never compromising on what truly matters. Now for the 4th principle that separates leaders from followers. While most people react to what's happening right now, strategic thinkers are already planning for what's coming next. They understand that every action creates reactions, every decision opens some doors while closing others, and every move changes the entire game. This is why you feel like you're always playing catch-up while others seem to effortlessly stay ahead. They're not smarter than you. They're thinking further ahead than you. Strategic thinking starts with a simple question. Then what? Someone offers you a job. Then what? You start dating someone new. Then what? You make this investment. Then what? You have this conversation. Then what? Most people stop at the immediate outcome. Strategic thinkers trace the chain of consequences 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. They consider not just what they want to happen, but what could go wrong, how others might react, and what options they want to keep open. In meetings, while everyone else debates whether an idea is good, the strategic thinker is already calculating who would lead it, how it would affect team dynamics, what resources it would require, and how success or failure would impact their own position. When dealing with difficult people, most focus on the current conflict. The strategic thinker is already planning how to neutralize that person's ability to cause problems or position themselves to benefit regardless of what happens. This doesn't mean becoming paranoid or manipulative. It means becoming prepared. You think through scenarios. You have backup plans. You consider how your actions today will affect your options tomorrow. Machiavelli warned, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." Strategic thinkers make difficult decisions early when they still have the most options, instead of waiting until they're forced into corners with limited choices. Before making any significant decision, write down 3 possible outcomes and how you'd handle each. Before entering important situations, consider what the other person wants, what they fear, and how you can position yourself to achieve your goals regardless of their response. The 5th principle will forge you into something unbreakable. Real strength isn't about physical power or loud voices. True strength is psychological. It's your ability to stay calm under pressure, make hard decisions without second-guessing yourself, and keep moving toward your goals when everything seems to be falling apart. Most people's inner strength is an illusion. It depends on good weather, supportive friends, stable circumstances, and things going according to plan. The moment life throws them a curveball, they crumble. Their confidence disappears, their decision-making falls apart, and they start seeking comfort instead of solutions. Unbreakable inner strength comes from deliberately putting yourself in challenging situations and proving you can handle them. It comes from facing your fears instead of avoiding them, tackling difficult problems instead of hoping they'll solve themselves, and choosing the hard path when it leads where you want to go. Every time you do something that scares you and survive, you become stronger. Every time you face a setback and figure out how to move forward anyway, you build resilience. Every time you make a tough decision and accept the consequences, you develop strength that can't be shaken by external circumstances. But here's what separates truly strong people from those who just think they're strong. They understand that strength is built in private. The work you do when nobody's watching determines what you're capable of when everyone is watching. Strong people have daily practices that build mental toughness. They exercise not just for their body, but for the discipline it requires. They read not just for information, but to train their focus. They take on challenges not because they have to, but because they know each challenge makes them more capable. Machiavelli understood, "Every man who attacks my state is my enemy." Apply this to your inner strength. Every time you give in to weakness, you're attacking your own foundation. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're making yourself more vulnerable to future challenges. Stop looking for easy paths. Start building your capacity to handle difficult ones. The strength you develop facing small challenges today becomes the foundation for handling major crises tomorrow. Here's the 6th principle that commands respect without saying a word. Dominance isn't about bullying, intimidating, or forcing people to comply. That's what weak people do when they don't understand real power. True psychological dominance is about becoming the kind of person others naturally defer to, listen to, and respect without question. It starts with how you carry yourself. Dominant people take up space confidently. They speak clearly and directly. They make eye contact. They don't fidget, apologize unnecessarily, or seek permission for their own opinions. Their body language says, "I belong here," before they even speak. But physical presence is just the foundation. Mental dominance comes from being the calmest person in the room during chaos, the most prepared person in important situations, and the one who consistently makes the best decisions under pressure. Here's what people don't understand about dominance. It's not about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself so completely that others instinctively recognize your strength. When you never lose your composure, people see you as reliable. When you consistently deliver on promises, people see you as trustworthy. When you handle problems without complaining, people see you as capable. Dominant people also understand the power of boundaries and enforce them consistently. They don't negotiate with people who don't respect their time. They don't argue with people who aren't arguing in good faith. They don't explain themselves to people who don't have the right to demand explanations. This creates a psychological effect. People learn there are consequences for testing you. Not punishment or retaliation, but natural consequences. Cross your boundaries and you remove access to yourself. Waste your time and you become unavailable. Disrespect you and you withdraw your energy and attention. Machiavelli knew men willingly believe what they wish to believe. Dominant people understand this and use it strategically. They present themselves in ways that make others want to believe in their competence, reliability, and value. The goal isn't to make people fear you, it's to make them respect you so much that challenging you feels pointless. When you've built real psychological dominance, people naturally align with your interests because they recognize you're the kind of person who gets things done. The seventh principle will make you magnetic. Confidence isn't just believing in yourself. It's projecting that belief so clearly that others start believing in you too. Magnetic confidence is the kind that makes people want to follow your lead, trust your judgment, and be associated with your success. Most people's confidence is defensive. They try to prove they're good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough. But defensive confidence repels power because it communicates insecurity. Magnetic confidence is offensive. It assumes competence and expects respect. Here's the difference. Defensive confidence says, "Please believe I can do this." Magnetic confidence says, "Here's how we're going to do this." Defensive confidence seeks validation. Magnetic confidence provides direction. You build magnetic confidence by consistently delivering results and letting those results speak for themselves. Every goal you achieve, every problem you solve, every challenge you overcome becomes evidence of your capabilities. This evidence gives you the right to be confident because your confidence is based on reality, not hope. But here's the advanced level. Magnetic confidence also comes from being comfortable with what you don't know and willing to figure it out. Instead of pretending to have all the answers, you become the person who finds answers. Instead of avoiding challenges that might expose weaknesses, you take on challenges that force you to get stronger. Confident people understand the power of controlled vulnerability. They're not afraid to admit when they're wrong, ask for help when needed, or acknowledge limitations. This counterintuitively makes them more trustworthy and magnetic because people can see they're secure enough to be honest. Machiavelli observed, "The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him." Magnetic confidence attracts quality people because confident people make others feel confident. When you project strength and competence, people want to be on your team. Stop trying to convince people you're confident. Start building the track record, skills, and mental strength that give you legitimate reasons to be confident. Then let that confidence draw opportunities, relationships, and resources toward you naturally. Now for the eighth and most powerful principle of all. In a world where everyone's fighting to be heard, silence has become the ultimate power move. While others talk themselves out of opportunities, reveal their weaknesses, and give away their strategies, strategic silence makes you mysterious, thoughtful, and dangerous. Most people are terrified of silence. They fill every pause with words, explain every decision, and share every thought. They think more words equal more influence. But the opposite is true. The more you talk, the more you reveal. The more you reveal, the more others can use against you. Strategic silence isn't about being antisocial or mysterious for show. It's about understanding that information is power. When you control what you share and when you share it, you control the flow of power in every interaction. When someone asks a question you don't want to answer, instead of lying or making excuses, you simply pause, maintain eye contact, and let the silence do the work. Most people will either withdraw the question or fill the silence themselves, often revealing more than they intended. In negotiations, whoever speaks first after an offer usually makes concessions. In conflicts, whoever stays calm while others get emotional automatically has the advantage. In relationships, whoever listens more than they talk learns everyone else's weaknesses and desires. Strategic silence also means keeping your plans to yourself until you're ready to execute. Don't announce your goals, achieve them. Don't explain your strategies, implement them. Don't justify your decisions, make them and let the results speak. This creates an aura of competence and mystery that makes people respect you more. They can't predict your moves, can't gossip about your business, and can't offer unwanted advice about situations they don't understand. Machiavelli warned, "Never was anything great achieved without danger." The danger of strategic silence is that people might misunderstand you, but the power you gain from being underestimated, unpredictable, and in control of your own narrative far outweighs that risk. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't need explanations. Stop sharing information that doesn't benefit you. Stop talking when listening would give you an advantage. Master the art of strategic silence and watch as people start treating your words like they actually matter. You now possess what most people will spend their entire lives never understanding. Society isn't fair, but it is predictable. People don't respond to logic. They respond to strength, confidence, and strategic thinking. And power isn't evil, it's necessary. These 8 principles aren't about becoming a different person. They're about becoming a more effective version of who you already are. They're about understanding the real rules of the game instead of playing by fake rules that keep you powerless. Here's your challenge. Pick one of these 8 strategies and implement it this week. Not next month, not when you feel ready, but this week. Because knowledge without action is just entertainment. And you didn't watch this video to be entertained. You watched it because you're tired of being outmaneuvered by people who aren't smarter than you. They just understand the game better. Now you understand it too. The question is, what are you going to do with this understanding? The world is full of people playing by the wrong rules. Understanding the right ones makes you unstoppable. The choice is yours. Stay naive and get played, or get strategic and start winning. The game is already being played. The only question is whether you're going to be a player or a pawn. If this challenged how you see power, like the video, subscribe for more truths they don't want you to hear, share it, and tell me your thoughts in the comments. Remember this final truth. While others sleep comfortably in their illusions, you now see the battlefield clearly. Use this vision wisely.